Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 6 months, you know that tariffs have been a big issue in the United States. But are the tariffs that have been imposed by Donald Trump unilaterally, without congressional approval, legal? Well, courts have been wrestling with that question. The U.S. Court of International Trade in May said that the tariffs are not legal under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA. That ruling was put on hold, and now 11 judges of the Washington, D.C.-based Federal Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments on the case. Several judges wondered how Trump could justify these tariffs under the 1977 law, IEEPA. Presidents had previously used the law to set economic sanctions and other penalties on foreign countries, but never tariffs. Judge Jimmy Reyna said, "One of the major concerns I have is that IEEPA doesn't even mention the word tariffs anywhere." Another judge said, "It's just hard for me to see that Congress intended to give the president in IEEPA the wholesale authority to throw out the tariff schedule that Congress has adopted after years of careful work and revise every one of these tariff rates." In other words, the president is usurping the power of Congress, with IEEPA as the reason. But the judges for the plaintiffs got grilled too. One judge, Richard Toronto, said he didn't think that the plaintiffs had really addressed what the Trump administration contends are a string of negative consequences that flow from having a large trade deficit, the main justification that Trump has used for the tariffs. For example, what are the terms of the impact on manufacturing and military preparedness? When the Solicitor General of Oregon said that the executive order only spent a sentence on the consequences, Judge Kimberly Moore said, "I don't know if you and I are reading a totally different executive order." This will almost certainly make it to the United States Supreme Court, and we've seen that they are pretty much willing to give Trump the benefit of every doubt when it comes to expanding presidential power. I wouldn't expect anything else here.